busted his lip. For a week he had to talk with a list like this. Now we can end the story right here, but shorty his neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the park. Started in the morning, one stopped after dark. Yeah, when they said it's getting late in here. So I'm sorry, young man, there's no push, kick, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push and coast. My man got a little older, became a better roller. Yeah, no helmet, been on killing himself is what his mama said. But he was just bored and strong enough to carry two. She said, "Bow, I weigh 120 pounds. Now, let me make one thing clear. I don't need to ride yours, I got mine right here." So she took him to a spot he didn't know about. Some odd in the apartment parking lot. She said, "I don't normally take dates in here." Security came and said, "I'm sorry, there's no skating here." And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just lovers intertwined with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick, and push, yeah, and coast. Yeah, swing it, yeah. Yeah, before he knew he had a crew, there wasn't no punk, and they spit fire shirts and SB dunks. They would push till they couldn't skate no more. Office building lobbies wasn't safe no more, and it wasn't like they wasn't getting chased no more. Just the freedom was better than breathing, they said. An escape route they used to escape out when things got crazy. They needed to break out. They head to any place with stairs, any good grinds, the world was theirs. And they four wheels would take them there until the cops came and said there's no skating here. And so
hello, baseball fans, and welcome. An AL West matchup on the show. It's the Athletics taking on the Seattle Mariners. Well, Singy's trying to match the stellar performance by yesterday's starter. Looking forward to seeing what he's got today.
His teammate was lights out, Boog, in total command all game long. If he brings that same intensity again, these hitters are in for a long day.
Pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll here and getting to start. Ryan Wu. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters. It's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he...
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1-2. 2-2.
That one misses, and the count's full.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Now the number 2 hitter, Lawrence Butler. On the ground, right side, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Now, Jacob Wilson. And that is out of play. Wu, 25 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick in 2021. Two out, space is empty. And that one just missed off the outside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And Kenny Jansen punches him out. That's a strikeout. Nothing doing there for the A's. So now the Mariners offense gets to go to work for the first time. We've got no score. Back after this on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the hill in this one, Mitch Spence.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. Homered last night, added another hit as well. The shortstop takes the ball.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second.
Runner takes off. Ball outside. Go to second. Save. 2-0. Line drive, caught. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Raleigh will hit next. First offering, and it just misses.
You know, Raleigh made history in 2023. He had a game with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, becoming the first catcher in Mariners history to do that.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Speaking of dingers, he's the second fastest to 50 home runs in Seattle history. Only A-Rod needed fewer games.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. That one missed. Oh, nice play. And very nicely done for the out.
First of all, that's a great diving stop to keep the ball on the infield. Then he's able to get up and get it out. He also keeps that runner from advancing any further. If that ball gets through, the complexion of this inning could be drastically different.
Here's the veteran second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. Hit hard on the ground is short. Zips it to first. Out. That's out number 3. One left for Seattle. We played an inning. No score. All set for the start of the inning. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. Woo, back to work. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Rodriguez settles under it. And there's one down. So digging in, Tyler Soderstrom. Hitless last night, and they only scored 1 run. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
And there's the strike. Time to look at our umpiring crew in this one. Kenny Jansen behind the plate.
Yeah, and expect a little inconsistency on the corners. He doesn't make any wild calls, but he does give and take there a little bit. So he doesn't have the easiest strike zone to figure out, especially as the game goes on when you're expecting it to become more consistent.
And down on strikes. And there's 2 down.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
2 down, base is empty. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Tap foul at the plate. Langoliers with a homer in his last game. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A gigantic blast. His second of the year, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
2 outs, nobody on. Stepping in, Max Schumann. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now here is Denzel Clark. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Brian Wu with the strikeout. Woo, woo. The A's get one on this homer. It's now a 1-0 ball game. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the first baseman, Luke Raley.
He's been known to jump all over the first pitch, so that seems like a missed opportunity right there.
Way outside, 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 1-2. And there's a ball. That misses the zone. 3-2 now.
Full count.
This one popped up on Duhar. Gets under it. Makes the grab. 1 down. Here's Rowdy Tellez. And a foul ball. Spence ready to fire now. A little bit low. And that is ball one.
One strike.
Rips one to right. Corrals it. 2 down. Here's Dylan Moore. 2 hits in the game last night. Just off the outside edge. And that's ball one. And that skips in the dirt. Pitch in the dirt, and it's 3-0. Right through there for a strike. And there's ball four.
Take your base.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on the tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Randy Arozarena in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. That one ripped left field. And forget it. He flexes his power with that swing. His first homer of the year, and the Mariners have the lead. It's 2-1.
Randy Arozarena could probably run the bases blindfolded with the amount of home runs he hits.
Ben Williamson stands in now and watches strike one. That misses the zone. Ball one.
1-1.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in at bottom half of inning number 2. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball.
Out to short. Slings to first, and that is the inning. 2 come in on this Seattle homer. This is now a 2-1 ball game. This is A's baseball on the show NorCal. Bunting, and he pops it up. Makes the grab on the run. And there's 1 down. Here's Miguel Andujar. And that's outside.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
That one drifts inside. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. 1 down, base is empty. That one finds the zone. 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Next offering is outside. And that's ball four.
Take your base.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to, he's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Lawrence Butler up next for the A's. He hit into a double play his first time up. In the air to left center, Arozarena sizes this one up, makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Next up for the A's, Jacob Wilson. Struck out swinging his first time. That one out to right. Moore, long run on his horse. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. And the pitch. Wilson checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And Mike Fillmore right on it. He says he held up. Andujar off of first with 2 away. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 2.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
That one hit to right, and that's a fair ball. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker up next for the A's. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Smash to the left side. They take the force out, and that is that. So they strand a pair. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
This one in the air, center field. Clark has this one sized up. Hauls it in for the out. And a quick out, number 1. J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. 0 for 1 so far. That misses, and that's ball 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 2.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
And that's outside.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1.
1 strike.
Ripped on a line. And the inning is over. So they go. Back in Seattle, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Tyler Soderstrom. That one fouled off.
You know, these Athletics, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
That one hit the knees for a strike.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
And that one finds its way through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. That one close, ruled the ball. And now it's even 1-1.
Ball. 2-1.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. In for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Ball one there. Tying run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Clark now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Soderstrom, the runner at first with 2 gone. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So they can't. Back at T-Mobile Park, now it's the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Gone! That's worth the price of admission. It's 3-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off.
Next to hit, Luke Raley. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0. Raley measures 6 feet 4 inches, 235 pounds, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2016. That's down and in. Spence, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
So here comes Rowdy Tellez. That's off the mark, and that is ball 1. That misses off the outside edge.
Well, they gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
Right through there for a strike. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. One out, base is empty, and a run in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Butler makes the grab, 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball. That misses the zone, and it's 1-2. On the ground, Wilson tosses to first. Inning over. Solo blast adds to the Seattle lead. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Wu back to work. And he lays down a bunt. And he beats it out. It's a bunt single to start the inning.
This is a big part of his skill set, and he puts himself into situations where he can rely on his speed to impact.
Runner on the go. And that one fouled off. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. Ball misses. Throw. Save. Singy, the best way to catch this guy might be on replay.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the only way to catch him, Boog. I mean, you see that sprint speed on StatCast right there. It's elite, and just makes it very tough on the defense. A lot of pressure on those guys.
Ground ball up the middle. One away here in the fifth.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Butler at the plate for the third time as he comes up empty there.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
That missed by a lot. Now 1-2. So man in scoring position, and now the tying run comes to the plate, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. Picks up strikeout number 7, and the batter will be the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. 1 for 2. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
The shortstop takes the ball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. The run scores from third. It's an RBI single, and it's a 1-run game.
Oh, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So 2 down. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a foul out of play. Next offering is fouled back. That one missed.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Way high with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that just misses.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now for Seattle, Randy Arozarena.
Now pitching for the
So out of the
Athletics.
pen comes the right-hander, Jose Leclerc.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him. No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Comebacker to the mound. Over to first, out. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Ben Williamson, the next to hit.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
That's in there, and it's 0-1. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Right side, Butler should have this one. They got it for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 44.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the Mariners leadoff man, Julio Rodriguez. And that misses. And that's ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
And a breaking ball misses outside. Center field. Clark under this one. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Edward Bizardo.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Movement in the bullpen, Matt Brash. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Spire also throwing. Crawford throws to first in time. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's.
Langoliers.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
And that drops in for a strike. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
1 ball.
The M's up by a run, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And that's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away. 1 down, base is empty. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Now there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
And that's in the dirt. And that's downstairs. And the count's full. Denzel Clark in the on-deck circle for the A's. That's a good at-bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
The center fielder.
So man aboard.
Denzel
and now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Denzel Clark. That one outside. Ball one.
Well, in this situation, the hitter
strike.
knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But
To second, Polanco. Third out, and that ends the frame. Bottom of the inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate. J.P. Crawford. Check swing, and he went. Strike one. Swings through that one for strike two.
just
No ball.
not able to
Two
catch up
strikes.
to that velocity.
Up the middle. To first. He's one away. Bottom of the sixth.
Up next for the
And
Mariners.
stepping in for the Mariners,
The
Cal Raleigh.
Raleigh.
First
Ball
pitch
one.
misses. And
Ball
another
two.
ball. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Hauls it in, and there's two away.
Well, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of
ball.
driving that
One
ball
strike.
somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Two down, nobody on. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Out of here.
No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Now 1-1. And that drops in for a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2. No question about this one. It's out of here.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Next offering is downstairs.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Fought off foul. Here's the pitch to Tellez. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that extends the inning.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Moore in the box again. Takes a strike. And ball one.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, he had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Next offering is down low. That's towards center. Clark has a beat on it. Makes the catch. And that is the third out of the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's 5-2. You're dialed into the show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Mariners.
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
47.
Matt Brash. He's making his second appearance of the season. And there's a strike. Brash, 26 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2019. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. And that one missing low.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that bunt goes foul. It's a strikeout. Now here is Miguel Andujar.
Now batting, third baseman, Miguel Andujar.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Just missed. There's a strike.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
2 outs. And he chases that one below the zone.
0-2.
And now 1 and 2.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
That one way inside. Two down, nobody on. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game zone.